Okay guys, it's a cleaning video because I need to show you. I was asked what I use for cleaning. Now I have an aid that helps with that stuff, but I will show you that we use Comet for the bathroom. She uses these, which I cannot touch, which are Swiffer Wet. If I were doing it myself, I would be using the Clorox brand of the wet cloths because I'm allergic to the Swiffer ones. If I touch them and I don't scrub my hands really well, and say I eat or something, yeah, I end up with a very swollen tongue in an emergency room visit. A course of prednisone and what do you call it? Benadryl. So yeah, not good. And what do I use as far as, well, this is for the dishwasher. And personally, if I were to do some cleaning on my own, I'd be using this for floors and stuff. This stuff is called Lestoil, and it literally means less toil, as in less toiling, less hard working. I also have these, which are ones that I got at the, what do you call it? The original food bank, and these are actually natural. I have the method one I got there too. Again, they're natural cleaners. Another thing I use is vinegar and water on glass surfaces, mirrors, windows, that kind of things. And baking soda and vinegar for sink drains. And this baking soda for the carpets. So, my nose is running like crazy. But I was asked that, what I use. In the comments of a video recently, one of my haul videos. And now Lestoil, let me tell you a little bit about it. Is a New England thing, as I explained in my reply. Let me pull it back out. This is a New England thing. It is, whoa. That's weird. It's distribution. Oh. Okay, the Clorox company now owns it. Originally, this was a New England thing. It was, originally created for, like, maid services, cleaning companies, in New England. And the cleaners who used it, who worked for the company, used to bring it home and use it because they loved it. It is kind of oily, but oh, it smells so good. It smells like my childhood. I can't explain the smell. It smells good. It smells clean. A little bit chemical, but clean. And it is so safe. Something my mother never had to worry about with me or the cats, because it was safe. Cats could run across the floor, no problem. It was safe for me as a baby, and this is the smell that I grew up with. Like I said, it came from a New England based company that did home and office cleaning, that kind of a thing. And they started bringing it home. You know, they had a little extra, they'd bring it home and use it at home because they loved it at work. And their friends and family started saying, "What is that? What is that smell? What is that? That stuff seems to work really great. Your house is so clean. What are you using?" Ding. And so the company became aware that it was becoming popular amongst its employees and started releasing it to the public in New England, and it became a huge hit. They never had to really do commercials or anything, and even now that it's apparently owned by Clorox, they still don't advertise this stuff. They don't have to. It was advertised by word of mouth so well, and that they never had to. A lot of people are not aware of Lestoil. And it literally means less toil. Even though it is oily and you'd think it would mean less oil, something oil. It doesn't. It means less toil, less toiling, less hardworking, you know? And so it is and I've talked about it a little bit on the channel, but yeah. I will try to find a link. You can probably order it on Amazon. I don't know. I'll have to try to find a link to Lestoil. I would think you could order it on Amazon now, just given the fact that it's owned by Clorox now. Although there are very few stores that have it in it. There's nothing on my hands. But again, the stuff is really safe. Safe for your cats, your kids. It doesn't mean your kid should get under the sink and start drinking it. Bad idea. But if your cat walks across it, washes himself, he's or herself, they're fine. Your kid walks across it, it's on their socks, or they get it on their hands, it's fine. Wipe their hands off, they're fine. No big deal. You know? And that's what my mother liked about it. Even though it was a chemical, it wasn't dangerous. It's just Lestoil. So, it's a hard-working cleaner without being, you know, made with all kinds of super bad chemicals. There's no ammonia, there's no bleach. You know what I mean? So, it's something I grew up with as a New England kid. You talk to a lot of New England kids in my era, and you'll see they grew up with Lestoil. Like I said, they never had to advertise it because it had wonderful word of mouth from the employees of the company that created it. And the company put it out there as a product because their employees loved it and started using their leftovers at home. And, you know, because they saw what it did in the offices and homes of the people that they were working for, that they were cleaning for. And so I guess if they had, I'm guessing here, if they had a little bit left in a bottle, they'd just bring it home and use it. Because one thing you do with it is, with Lestoil, you want to put it in water. It's somewhat viscous. It's not real thick, but you want to dilute it in water. Nice, hot, steamy water to do a floor or something like that, even to do walls, cupboards, counters, whatever. Dilute it in hot water because it's too thick to wash with it by itself. You need to dilute it. Concentrated, that's the word. It's a concentrate. So you need to dilute it. I just love that smell. Come home from school to that smell. Just, oh, love it. Ask anyone in my age group or a little bit older about it. Let's go take a look at something. I want to look up when it became a thing. Let's look up Lestoil. Oh, okay. says it's pine scented. Okay. Yep. Walmart. Huh. Okay. Lestoil. Okay. Okay. Holyoke, Massachusetts in 1927. And he started out using it as a laundry cleaner. And it was used to remove ink, wax, oil, grease, and adhesives by paper mills. Um, um, it was created in 1933. So yeah, that's what it was used for. I always heard it was used in cleaning as well, and it must have been. It was among the earliest given to consumers, and he even at a store in Holyoke would do demonstrations of what it could take out. And so Walmart only sells it in areas where it was advertised, which was mostly by word of mouth, by probably the people who worked in the cleaners, the the dry cleaners and stuff. Maybe they're the ones that took it home and started using it. Um, but I knew people at some kind of cleaning brought it home and started using it. So that's why it was a New England product. It came out of Holyoke. Now it's a Clorox company, but stores still don't stock it in a lot of parts of the country. However, I did find that you can get it, you can order it. So I will put it in the links in the description because I highly recommend it. It has basically fatty acids, it has pine oil, so it's very natural. Um, Again, that's why it's safe. Because it's fatty acids and pine oil. It doesn't have ammonias. It doesn't have chlorine. It doesn't have any of those harsh things. It's a safe degreaser. And takes off paints and stuff that's not water soluble. That's why it has fatty acids in it, fatty oils. Because those fatty acids take off stuff that's not water soluble. So, and that's why it's a concentrate, because it was part of cleaning. Because dry cleaning does not mean it's cleaned dry. It's just specific types of cleaners that they use. Thank you so much to the gentleman from Holyoke who created this stuff and discovered that there was a market for it in the store, brought it to the market in Holyoke, and it spread throughout New England. So, yeah, see, there's nothing on my hands. Absolutely nothing. Because even though I opened it, I didn't touch it. And even if it was, simply rinse. Because it's not going to burn your hands, it's not going to harm you. And I love that. And I hope this helps you out. Because it's my favorite thing ever. And it's something you could use if you're a woodworker and you need a good degreaser. Put that in some hot water and clean your wood. A lot of them use Simple Green because it's not toxic like a lot of the degreasers that they use. Well, this is the same way. It looks like I have a bruise, but I don't. It's the shadow. So Lestoil is something to consider. I love the stuff. I love the smell. And my mother swore by it. I believe my grandmother did too. So, I hope that helps. Bye, guys. God bless you. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 300 by April 9th. Bye, guys. God bless you.